First of all, let me start off this video by saying that I am not a hater of XXXTentacion. In fact, I actually love him, no homo, and his music, and I consider myself a big fan. My favorite piece of work he has put out is definitely his 17 album, and his question mark album was pretty good as well. But I do feel like I should share my personal opinion on his latest album, Skins, as a devoted fan. And let me emphasize on this fact that it's my personal opinion. Skins was not a good album at all. In fact, it was actually trash, and to me, it was a huge disappointment. The album felt rushed and was most likely a cash grab from his record label Empire. Compared to his last two albums, I felt like this album was just missing something. I don't know what, but it just wasn't hitting me the way I hoped it would. The only good songs on it were Train Food, Whoa, 1 Minute, and Bad. The rest were just instrumentals with a hook looped. They should have at least added some features onto some songs to make it feel somewhat more complete. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of artists that would have loved to feature on an XXXTentacion song. People like Ski Mask, Juice WRLD, Trippie Redd would have definitely not hesitated to provide a verse or two. Didn't even feel like an album, to be honest. Altogether, the album is only 20 minutes long, and there just is not enough depth. Most of the songs felt like snippets. I don't know if X intended it to be like that, or if he was actually going to release his album as is if he were alive. I certainly hope not. But there is no real direction, and it lacked the consistency his previous two albums had. It honestly feels more like a compilation of 9 individual songs than a fully complete album. And those 9 songs sounded more like sketches and incomplete songs than actual songs. But that's not really X's fault. He can't even finish the songs at this point, even if he wanted to. I personally blame his record label for releasing this clearly unfinished album. It is obviously unfinished, and they didn't even release it as such. They could have labeled it as leftover and unfinished songs, but they masked it as if it were a fully complete album. As long as people want to hear unreleased XXXTentacion music, his music label is just going to keep exploiting that and keep releasing his music even if it is unfinished, because all they care about is making a profit, to be honest. And I expect at least 2 more XXXTentacion albums by 2020, just because he has such a big fan base, and Empire knows for a fact that X's fans would do anything just to hear their favorite rapper again. They're probably going to keep milking him until people don't want to hear any new XXXTentacion music, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. Maybe in like 6 or 7 years, but at the latest. But in the end, again, it is not X's fault. He isn't in the position to finish his album even if he wanted to. Rest in peace, X.